Saturday also that program to visit at Saikheda is lined up. So there
Yeah.
was no choice at all. Otherwise, it would have been shifted. Uh,
Hmm.
you might be aware with the new development, like all three colleges got merged now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because of that, only such things are going on.
Hmm.
By
So I
11,
have that evaluation sheet ready with me.
okay, ma'am.
So that's a shared file, right, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, that is the shared file.
Okay.
That will help me. Like, you need not send me back once you are okay and
Yeah, yeah.
everything. Yeah, so it will be there with me as a record. And I think how many have joined? Three attendees.
आपके इसमें
Ma'am, in a moment we'll start.
Yes, ma'am.
But just we are waiting for Aarti ma'am to join because she's there in the meeting.
Okay.
Within a minute or two, she'll be joining. If at all she is not in the position to join because of meeting, then we'll continue.
Okay.
Just for last 1 minute.
Okay.
Thank you. Sindhu ma'am, I think we need to start because ma'am is
in a
still
moment
meeting.
we'll
Start. So
Yes, ma'am.
formally, because just we are waiting for Aarti ma'am to
Yes, ma'am. You may
join
start.
because
Am I
she's
audible
there in the
now?
meeting.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Within a minute or two, she'll be
Many of
joining.
the
If at all she is not in the position to join because of meeting, then we'll continue.
Okay.
I mean,
Just for
the
last
college
one.
students may also join,
Okay.
but then many of the students may here only those attendees will be seen who have joined through college link.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Now, good morning, everyone. Raconteur, the storytelling competition welcomes you all. We are overwhelmed to see the responses received from the student of BCCA and BBA. I know that all the participants are going to give their best for the event today. Before the event starts, I welcome the very brilliant, capable, talented evaluator Madam Sindhu Panikar, who is language and power skills trainer in Global Education Limited, a perspective changer, an advisor in communication and power skills development. Her success lies in 13 years of dynamic experience in training and development. Impressively, she has proven her mettle in both corporate and educational institutions with her pragmatic training knowledge. She is also a Cambridge Associated Trainer in Business English and has now been into training and engineers and entrepreneurs in business communication both at preliminary and vintage level. Understanding the need of the communication and life skills to the young generation, her quest to bridge the gap of skills in the tender has led her to be the trainer who has been working with educational institutions, carving the life of many young intellectuals, and she comes across. Welcome, dear ma'am. The event will touch the greater heights of success by your presence, we believe. I welcome Honorable Principal Dr. Aarti Deshpande and all faculty members along with non-teaching and technical staff to enjoy the session. I want every participant to get pleasure from today's program with a very relaxed mindset, and I welcome HOD BBA Jyoti Pillai Madam, HOD BCCA Madhuri Barua Madam, HOD Junior College Kanchan Tiwari Ma'am, and our coordinator for Winter-Fest, Dr. Jaswinder Kaur and Madhuri Barua Ma'am. Welcome all. Here are a few important things I want to share with you all. Raconteur, the storytelling competition as held on today. The rules are it is open to all BBA and BCCA students. A story may be related to nature, culture, society, fashion, ethics, or any other domain of your choice. The time limit will be 8 minutes maximum for each participant. and it is open for Hindi, English, and Marathi language, though we have got the entries only for English maximum and few for Hindi. The marks will be allotted on the basis of time management, like how within the duration you have completed your story properly, then ways of expression, how do you express happiness, sorrow, any kind of shout or a whisper, such kind of voice modulation as per the theme and content, and then lesson received. It must click the audience at once. I mean, the Chandra ma'am, I think we need to start because ma'am is in a moment will start. So
Yes, ma'am.
formally, we are waiting for Aarti ma'am to join because after the completion of 7 minutes, within a minute or two she will join. If at all she is not in the position to join, she is on leave, then we'll continue formally. I may have your suggestions or before guiding any of the students or the participants. We would really be happy to listen to you. Here, only those attendees will be seen
Okay, thank you so
who have
much,
joined through the call
ma'am. In
link.
fact, it is a great pleasure for me for being there. In fact, storytelling competition, I think it's been years since I haven't been a part of storytelling. So I was like so excited. And I was into the process of just listening to my daughter.
Good morning, everyone.
So I am more
Raconteur,
excited
the
about
storytelling
how much
competition welcomes you all.
even now. Being a
We were
communication skills
overwhelmed
trainer,
to see the
I've always
responses received
insisted
from the
that,
student
or I
of
have always
BCCA and
felt that,
BBA. I know
students, when
that
they
all
get
the
onto
participants
this
are going to
position
give their
of,
best for the
getting their
event today.
communication or making
Before
their
the event
communication skills
starts,
effective. The initial stage that it should have actually started to make it effective is via storytelling. So I somehow feel this is even not late for we getting our frontiers coming with good presentations over here. I'm really excited. See, I would not give any precise suggestion because they would always have a preparation being done. So if I give any suggestions at this point in time, might disturb them. So whenever I get into being an evaluator or being a judge, I reframe myself in doing that at this point in time because I understand their pulse very well. Probably at the end of the session, we will have good time to tell them what exactly is something that they could have done better, right? So with that note, and I'm like seriously at the edge of my chair to listen to what they have got to say. So let me hear from them. So welcome all the raconteurs for this event. Best wishes to you all as I've conveyed my chat box. So now it's you who'll have to present yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really nice listening to you. Now, the first participant as per my list is Abhishek Singh from BCCA 1. So, Abhishek, if you are present at your time, I'll let you know that if you are all ready, if you're all set, we can start seeing the timing. Abhishek is present. The next contestant is Elisha Sayed. Ananya Ramwan. Abhishek Singh is present. What's the problem, Abhishek?
Do they have an option to unmute themselves, ma'am?
Okay. Mic and videos. Just a second.
Yeah. Participants ke liye, I think.
Just 1 minute. I'll be solving it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhishek, all set?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Ma'am is waiting to listen to you. All the audience are waiting to listen to you. And we are really excited. The very first story of storytelling competition and the first raconteur in front of us. All the best, Abhishek.
Thank you, ma'am. A very cheerful morning to every individual present here. This is Abhishek Singh of BCCA first year, and I am going to narrate a very interesting story. The title of my story is Having a Best Friend. The story tells that two best friends were walking through the desert, and, and during some point of the journey, they had an argument, and one friend slapped the another one in the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything, he he wrote in the sand that today my best friend saved my life. Then they kept on walking until they found an oasis. Oasis means a fertile spot in desert where water is found. So they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in a mire and started drowning, but immediately his friend saved his life. And after being recovered, after being recovered from near drowning, he wrote on a stone that today my best friend saved my life. So the friend who had slapped and saved his best friend's life asked him, after I hurt you, you wrote in the sand, and now you write in a stone. Why? So the other friend replied, when someone hurt us, uh, when someone hurt us, we should write it down in a sand, but in a sand where winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good to us, we should engrave it in a stone where no wind can ever erase it. So, the moral of the story is don't value the things you have in your life, but value who you have in your life. Means things things will not be last long, even the expensive or luxury items. They will be broken, damaged, or faded, but the relationship you have with people will always be there only if you take care of it. So here I end with my story. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Very good, Abhishek. We enjoyed your story with clear-cut lesson and keep it up. Do more practices. Do more. Inculcate such practice many more in future. And thank you so much. With this, we call upon the next participant with us. If Alicia is present, can we have Alicia? Fine. Ananya Ramvani, the third contestant for today's program. Fine. Without much ado, I'll call upon Fiza. Fiza, if she is present. Mahesh Chagani. Mahesh Chagani, BCCA final year. If Mahesh is present, yes, Mahesh is present.
Yes,
Mahesh Chagani,
yes, I'm there.
yeah. Put your camera on and all the best. You can start with your story.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible and visible to you? Hello. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. You are audible as well as you are visible very clearly.
Thank you, ma'am. धन्यवाद। किसी ने एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही है, बात अगर ऊंची हो तो कुछ लोग सुनते हैं, लेकिन बात अगर अच्छी हो तो सभी लोग सुनते हैं। आप सबको मेरा नमस्कार। मैं महेश अगानी आज आपके समक्ष एक छोटी सी कहानी लेकर आया हूँ। एक छोटी सी कहानी एक 24 साल के लड़के की, जो कि नौकरी करता है एक मालिक के यहाँ, जिसके माँ बाप गुजर चुके हैं और जिंदगी बड़ी बेहाल सी चल रही है। तो चलिए कहानी शुरू करते हैं। ये लड़का रोज जाता, पैसा कमा के घर आता, खाना बनाता, खाना खाता, सो जाता। जिंदगी यूं ही बीत रही थी। एक दिन क्या हुआ कि 4 रोटियां और सब्जी इसने बनाई, रख के गया, हाथ मुंह धोकर वापस आया तो देखा 3 रोटी बची है। पता नहीं क्या हो गया, 3 रोटी, 1 रोटी कहाँ गई। अगले दिन वापस यही हुआ, 4 रोटी बनाई, बची 3। क्या करे समझ में नहीं आया। तीसरे दिन इसने ध्यान रखा और एक मोटे से चूहे को पकड़ लिया। जैसे ही इसने एक मोटे से चूहे को पकड़ा, चूहा बोला, अरे मुझे जाने दो, मेरी रोटी पे क्यों नजर मारे हो, मेरा किस्मत का तो मुझे ले जाने दो। लड़का बोला, ये रोटी बनाई मैंने है, मेरे पास ज्यादा पैसे हैं नहीं, गिनती की 4 रोटी मैं बनाता हूँ जिसमें से एक तुम ले जा रहे हो, मैं करूँ तो क्या करूँ, मेरी जिंदगी ने मुझे बेहाल कर रखा है। चूहा बोला, अरे अरे परेशान मत हो, तुम्हारी समस्याओं का जवाब है, एक इंसान है जो कि तुम्हारी समस्याओं का जवाब दे सकता है। लड़का पूछा, अच्छा बताओ कौन। बोला, गौतम बुद्ध जी, उनके आश्रम जाओ, उन्हें अपनी परिस्थिति समझाओ, वो तुम्हारे जवाब का सवाल का जवाब जरूर देंगे। बोला, ठीक है। और क्या, चूहे की बात मान ली और चल पड़ा गौतम जी से मिलने। सेठ जी से 4-5 दिन की छुट्टी ले ली। रास्ता लंबा था, रात हो गई, दूर दूर तक कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा था। धीरे 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 करके वो चलता गया और एक दूरी पे एक हवेली दिखाई दी। हवेली में गया, हवेली की मालकिन से पूछा, मुझे दूर जाना है, रात हो गई है, क्या मैं हवेली में रुक सकता हूँ। मालकिन बोली, हाँ रुक जाओ। मालकिन ने पूछा, वैसे जा कहाँ रहे हो तुम। लड़का बोला, मैं गौतम बुद्ध से मिलने जा रहा हूँ। मालकिन बोली, वाह ये तो बड़ी अच्छी जगह जा रहे हो तुम, एक काम करोगे, मेरा एक सवाल है, उनसे पूछ आना, अगर वो जवाब दे दे तो। बोला, हाँ हाँ पूछिए, आपका सवाल मैं जरूर पूछाऊंगा। मालकिन उदास होके बोली, मेरी एक बेटी है 20 साल की, जिसने 20 साल से एक शब्द नहीं बोला है, बेचारी गूंगी है। गौतम बुद्ध से पूछ लेना कि मेरी बेटी कब बोलना शुरू करेगी। मालकिन की आंखों में आंसू आ गए ये बोलते थे। लड़का बोला, माता जी आप परेशान मत होइए, मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब ले आऊंगा। और रात हो गई, वो सो गए। अगले दिन सुबह उठकर वो निकल पड़ा, धीरे धीरे करके आगे बढ़ता गया और उसने देखा बड़े बड़े पहाड़, बर्फ वाले पहाड़। ये बाप रे, अब ये पहाड़ कैसे पार करेगा। उसको कुछ समझ में ना आए, समस्या ही समस्या हो रही है। फिर थोड़ा थोड़ा करके धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ता गया। थोड़ी दूर पे उसे एक जादूगर दिखा। जादूगर के पास गया, जादूगर जी मुझे गौतम बुद्ध से मिलने जाना है, लेकिन ये बड़े बड़े पहाड़ मैं कैसे पार करूं। जादूगर बोला, अरे गौतम बुद्ध से मिलने जा रहे हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है, ये पहाड़ तो मैं तुमसे चुटकी में फटाफट पार करा दूंगा, लेकिन एक काम करना, आते वक्त मेरे एक सवाल का जवाब ले आना। लड़का बोला, ठीक है, आप अपना सवाल बताइए। जादूगर बोला, मैं यहाँ 1000 साल से तपस्या कर रहा हूँ स्वर्ग जाने के लिए, गौतम बुद्ध जी से पूछना मैं स्वर्ग कब जाऊंगा। लड़का बोला, ठीक है। और क्या, जादूगर ने छड़ी घुमाई और लड़के को पहाड़ पार करा दिया। धीरे धीरे करके लड़का आगे बढ़ता गया, मैदानी इलाका आ गया और थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ा और आगे बढ़ता गया तो उसने देखा एक बहुत बड़ी नदी है। समस्या फिर से सामने खड़ी है, करे तो करे क्या। देखा कि बड़ा सा खरगोश वहां खड़ा है, चलो उससे मदद मांगते हैं। खरगोश के पास गया, खरगोश से पूछा, क्या आप मुझे अपनी पीठ पर बिठाकर ये नदी पार करा देंगे। खरगोश बोला, ठीक है, चलिए पार करा देता हूँ नदी। जैसे ही नदी पार कर रहे थे, खरगोश ने पूछा, वैसे जा कहाँ रहे हो तुम। लड़का बोला गौतम बुद्ध से मिलने जा रहा हूँ। अरे वाह, बड़ी अच्छी जगह जा रहे हो, मेरे एक सवाल का जवाब लेते आना अगर वो दे दे तो। बिल्कुल, बताइए आपका भी सवाल। मैं इस नदी में 500 साल से हूँ, ड्रैगन बनना चाहता हूँ, मैं ड्रैगन कब बन पाऊंगा, पूछा ना अगर वो बता दे। तो ठीक है जी। ऐसे करते करते धीरे 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 वो पहुंचे गौतम बुद्ध जी के आश्रम में। जी के आश्रम में पहुंचा तो देखा प्रवचन चल रहा है, प्रवचन में बैठ गया, थोड़ी देर बैठा, प्रवचन खत्म हुआ। गौतम बुद्ध जी ने बोला सबके सवालों के जवाब दिए जाएंगे, लेकिन सिर्फ 3 सवाल आपके होने चाहिए। अब लड़का पड़ गया चंबे में, किसके सवाल पूछे और किसके छोड़े। सबसे पहले ख्याल आया हवेली वाली मालकिन का। मालकिन ने कहा, मालकिन बड़ी उदास थी। मालकिन ने कहा था मेरी 20 साल की लड़की है जो बेचारी गूंगी है, की जिंदगी बड़ी परेशान सी चल रही है, उनका सवाल पूछना जरूरी। दूसरा ख्याल आया जादूगर का, बेचारा 1000 साल से तपस्या कर रहा है स्वर्ग जाने के लिए, उसका भी सवाल जरूरी है। फिर तीसरे सवाल की बारी आई, सोचा कछुए का सवाल सही है, बेचारा 500 साल से ड्रैगन बनना चाह रहा है, बन नहीं पा रहा है, इसका सवाल भी जरूरी है। फिर आखिरी ख्याल आया उसको खुद का। जो लड़का नौकरी कर रहा था एक सेठ के यहाँ, बोला मैं तो नौकरी कर ही रहा हूँ, खाना पीना चल रहा है, नींद अच्छे से हो रही है, इन तीनों के सवाल का जवाब जानना जरूरी। इसने सवाल पूछा गौतम बुद्ध जी से, और गौतम बुद्ध जी ने एक एक करके सवाल का जवाब दे दिया। पहले सवाल का जवाब दिया मालकिन का, मालकिन से कहना कि जब उसकी बेटी की शादी हो जाएगी वह बोलने लगेगी। जी बिल्कुल। दूसरे सवाल का जवाब दिया जादूगर से कहना कि अपनी छड़ी छोड़ दे, वह स्वर्ग चला जाएगा। जी बिल्कुल। उसके बाद कहा खरगोश कछुए से कहना कि अपना कवच उतार दे, जिस दिन उसने अपना कवच उतार दिया वो ड्रैगन बन जाएगा। लड़के ने नमस्कार किया, प्रणाम किया और चल पड़ा वापस। रास्ते में कछुआ मिला। कछुए से कहा, कछुए जी, गौतम बुद्ध जी ने कहा है आप अपना कवच उतार के फेंक दीजिए, आप ड्रैगन बन जाएंगे। कछुए ने जैसे ही कवच उतारा मोती ही मोती निकल आए। अब कछुआ बोला ये मोतियों का मैं क्या करूं, ये तुम रख लो। लड़के को मोती मिल गया, कछुआ ड्रैगन बन गया। लड़का आगे चला, रास्ते में वापस कौन मिला, जादूगर। जादूगर से कहा गौतम बुद्ध जी ने कहा है आप अपनी छड़ी छोड़ दीजिए, आप स्वर्ग चले जाएंगे। तो जादूगर बोला ठीक है, ये छड़ी तुम रख लो। जादूगर ने छड़ी लड़के को दे दी और वो स्वर्ग चला गया। अब लड़का वापस पहुंचा कहाँ, हवेली पे। हवेली पे जाके कहा मालकिन जी आपके सवाल का जवाब ले आया हूँ। गौतम बुद्ध जी ने दे दिया है। अच्छा बेटा बताओ क्या सवाल था, क्या जवाब दिया गौतम बुद्ध जी ने। मालकिन ने कहा, गौतम बुद्ध जी ने कहा कि आपकी बेटी की जिस दिन शादी हो जाएगी उस दिन वह बोलने लगेगी। मालकिन बोली अरे वाह, तो देरी किस बात की, दूल्हा मेरे सामने बैठा है, तुमसे अच्छा लड़का और कौन मिल सकता है। लड़के ने लड़की को देखा, लड़की ने लड़के को देखा, दोनों की शादी हो गई। और क्या, लड़के की जिंदगी संवर गई, लड़के के पास पैसा आ गया क्योंकि मोती ही मोती आ गए, ताकत आ गई, जादू की छड़ी मिल गई। और क्या, लाइफ सेटल हो गई, बिल्कुल आराम से बीत रही है। अब ये कहानी कुछ इस तरह बताती है कि अगर आप एक किनारे पर हैं जहाज की तरह तो आप सुरक्षित हैं, लेकिन आपको दूसरे किनारे पर जाना है ना, तो लहरों का सामना करना पड़ेगा। जब तक आप अपना सवाल को नहीं छोड़ेंगे आपको जवाब नहीं मिलेगा। उसी तरह ये कहानी हमें सिखाती है जब तक आप अपनी बुरी आदतों को नहीं छोड़ेंगे ना, तब तक आपको सफलता नहीं मिलेगी। धन्यवाद, आपका समय देने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Very good, Mahesh. It was really very interesting story because that curiosity that what next was created every time. But yes, it was interesting to know the end. And Sindhu ma'am, I remember that in my childhood, most of the story my mom or my granny narrated in a singing manner. It was more lyrical. Do you have any such experience, ma'am? Because story has variety of ways to be narrated. Like what I experienced, like most of the story had a tune, had a rhythm, and we always enjoyed listening to those story in such a manner that, and we when we slept, that was never known to us. In the morning only we remembered that, oh, on that point I got slept, and I don't know what happened next. So this was the power of rhythm in the story. So we would be happy if such kind of you know flavor will be any of the contestant.
These communication skills are inculcated by our nana nanis, dada dadis right from our childhood. But the only point that I could connect is earlier it was communication skills. But now, if you think of listening to the stories that we have heard from our, and dada dadis and all, this is more to do with theatric skills, जो communication skills में बहुत close related है. Voice modulation, the tone of voice हम जो communication skills में बोलते हैं, what is that is there as the initial stage is the theatric skills that we have got. When we are excited about the story, we tell that with that tone. When we are worried about that he didn't get an answer, then we get our tone down. So yehi cheez is that something that we are inculcated with right from our childhood. But the only point is we have stopped that in a point of time when we felt that we have become adult now. We cannot speak that way, nor we can express that way. So what happened is over a period of time, the theatric skills that we have got slowly got evaded. And now we have classes for communication skills. How witty was that?
Even in my class also, ma'am, whenever I get a chance to narrate a story, I don't leave that chance. I always grab it. And most of the students of mine, they love it also. And I remember that when I was in class 4th or 5th, my mother narrated a story in a means what to say, completely a song manner, and I remember it. You know, it has a direct relation with memory as well. If it is narrated in a different manner, definitely we remember it for a longer time. Like it was a pattern of lullaby, and she said that if you allow me, I'll sing it for you and for all the contestants. Yeah, ma'am. So it was like, when I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what shall I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future is not ours to see. Que sera, sera. It means it had a great message that what is going to happen next, nobody knows. So better live life in a flow, it goes on. So such kind of things are always there in memory just because it was narrated that way, madam. So this is the power of story. This is the power of narration. Thank you so much. So with this note, let us go ahead carefully. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Carefully is present, I think. I saw his name in the list of attendees. Kev, are you ready? Kev? Please check your mic and everything. Say something so that we can listen to you, whether you're audible. Yes, you are visible and you're audible as well. So let me see the time. Yes. Now I will start counting your time. You can start immediately.
Good morning, all of you present here. My name is Raconteur-Story, and the title of the story is Apple Tree and Our Parents. Once upon a time, there was a huge apple tree. A little boy used to come to play near the tree. He would search some juicy apples. He would play alongside the tree and rest under the shade. The tree was overjoyed by me after meeting this little bundle of joy. One day, the tree was surprised to see that the boy is approaching it with a sad face. Come on, little boy, play with me. The tree asked the boy. I'm no longer a kid to play along play with tree like you. The Boy scowled the tree. I need toys. I need money to buy toys of various designs and sizes. The boy told the tree. Sorry, my little friend, I do not have money to give you. But you can pick all my apples and sell them. It will give you adequate money and you can buy toys of your choices. The tree replied in a soothing voice. The boy grabbed all the apples and left happily. He sold the apple and got money. He bought toys of his choices. Spring bid adieu and autumn came by, but there were no signs of the boy. One morning, the tree saw its friend. The little boy had grown up into a big man. Come on and play with me, the tree asked the man. I cannot play. I have family now. We need house for shelters. Can you help me? The man asked the tree. Sorry, I do not have house for you, but you can chop off all my branches and build a house, the tree told the man. The man cut all the branches of the tree and left happily. The tree was glad to see his friend smiling again. The man returned once again in the evening. After some time, the man said, I am getting old. I want to go to sailing for rest. Can you help me? The tree said, use my trunk to build your boat and you can go to sailing. The man cut the trunk and made a boat. He went to sailing and never showed up for a long time. The man returned after a long time, after many years. The tree said, sorry, I do not have anything to offer to you. I have nothing for you now. I do not have apples, no more branches, and no more trunks to climb on. No problem. I too do not have teeth to bite, and I am too old to climb on tree. The man said, I just need a place to rest after all these days. The man replied, old tree roots are the best place to lean on. You can sit here and rest. The tree replied with a concern in his voice. The man sat down, and the tree was glad to see his friend smiling again, and he smiled with tears. This is the story of each and every person. The trees are like our parents. When we were young, we cannot imagine a life without them. But as we grow up, we leave them. No matter what, our parents will always be there, and they can do anything to make us happy. Thank you. This is.
Very good, Kev. It was really very interesting story. You narrated it very nicely. Our next contestant is Mihir is present. Mihir Dhepe from BBA 1. Nilesh Bhoyer from BBA 1. Nilesh is present. Are you ready, Nilesh, for yes? Please put your camera on, your mic on, and start your story. Nilesh?
Am I visible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
So, very warm morning to all of the present here. I am Nilesh Bhoyer from BBA 1.
All the best, Nilesh.
थैंक यू मैम। तो आज मेरी कहानी का शीर्षक है साक्षात्कार। एक युवा व्यक्ति जो एक बड़ी कंपनी में मैनेजर के पद के लिए आवेदन करने जाता है, वह प्रारंभिक साक्षात्कार में सफल हो जाता है और अंतिम साक्षात्कार के लिए अध्यक्ष से मिलने जाता है। जब वह अध्यक्ष के पास जाता है तो अध्यक्ष उसकी सीवी देखकर उन्हें पता चलता है कि वह एकेडमिक्स में बहुत अच्छा था। तब वह उससे प्रश्न पूछना शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले वह पूछते हैं कि क्या तुम्हें कोई शिष्यवृत्ति मिली थी? वह जवाब देता है, नहीं सर, फिर वह दूसरा सवाल पूछते हैं, तो तुम्हारी फीस कौन भरता था? वह जवाब देता है, माता पिता। फिर वह पूछते हैं कि तुम्हारे माता पिता क्या काम करते थे? तो वह जवाब देता है, सर मेरे माता पिता कपड़े धोने का काम करते थे। तब उसका यह जवाब सुनकर वह उसे अपने दोनों हाथ दिखाने के लिए कहता है। वह लड़का अपने दोनों हाथ अध्यक्ष को दिखाता है। उसके हाथ साफ और मुलायम थे। तब अध्यक्ष उसके हाथों को देखकर पूछते हैं कि क्या तुमने कभी अपने माता पिता को उनके कपड़े धोने में मदद नहीं की? लड़का जवाब देता है, नहीं सर, मेरे माता पिता चाहते थे कि मैं बहुत पढूं और ज्यादा से ज्यादा किताबें पढूं, जबकि मेरे पिताजी मुझसे भी ज्यादा जल्दी कपड़े धोते हैं। अध्यक्ष उसका यह जवाब सुनकर उसे कहते हैं कि मेरी तुमसे एक प्रार्थना है, आज जब तुम घर जाओगे अपने माता पिता के हाथ जरूर साफ करना। अध्यक्ष की ये बात सुनकर वह लड़का बहुत उदास हो जाता है। जब वह अपने घर जाता है तब वह अपने माता पिता से उनके हाथ साफ करने के लिए कहता है। उसके पिता को यह सुनकर बहुत आश्चर्य होता है और खुशी भी होती है, पर उन्हें समझ नहीं आता कि वह इसे कैसे प्रकट करे। फिर वह अपने दोनों हाथ अपने बेटे को दिखाते हैं। उनका बेटा उनके हाथों को धीरे धीरे साफ करता है। जैसे जैसे वो उनके हाथ साफ करता है, उसके आंखों से आंसू बहने लगते हैं, क्योंकि उसे आज पता चलता है कि उनके हाथों पर मुहासे हो गए थे और काफी सारे घाव भी हुए थे। कुछ तो घाव इतने बड़े थे कि जब वह उन्हें छूता तब उन्हें दर्द होता था। आज पहली बार उसे एहसास हुआ कि यह वही हाथ है जो उसके फीस भरने के लिए कपड़े धोते थे। उनके हाथों पर आए घाव उसकी शिक्षा का ही परिणाम था। अपने माता पिता के हाथों को साफ करने के बाद उसने सारे बचे हुए कपड़े चुपचाप धो दिए। अगली सुबह और उस रात उसके माता पिता और वह बहुत देर तक बातें करते रहे। अगली सुबह जब वह अध्यक्ष के ऑफिस फिर से जाता है तब उसके आंखों में आंसू होते हैं। अध्यक्ष जब उसके आंखों में आंसू देखते हैं तब वह उसे पूछते हैं कि क्या तुम मुझे बता सकते हो कि कल तुमने क्या क्या किया और क्या सीखा? तब वह उन्हें बताता है कि कल मैंने अपने माता पिता के हाथ साफ किए, उनके सारे बचे हुए कपड़े धोए और मुझे यह एहसास हुआ कि मेरे माता पिता के हाथों पर जो घाव थे वह मेरी शिक्षा की वजह से थे। उनके योगदान को आज मैं जानता हूँ। यह बात सुनकर मेरे माता पिता के हाथों को देखकर मुझे इस बात का एहसास हुआ कि मेरे पढ़ाई की उनने कितनी बड़ी कीमत चुकाई। फिर अध्यक्ष कहते हैं फिर अध्यक्ष कहते हैं कि इस बात को मैं अपने मैनेजर में देखना चाहता था। मैं ऐसे इंसान को जॉब देना चाहता था जो कि ना सिर्फ अपनी भलाई सोचे पर दूसरों की भलाई भी सोचे और दूसरों को साथ लेकर चले। इस कहानी से हमें ये सीख मिलती है कि अपने माता पिता का जब हम काम करते हैं तभी हमें उनके योगदान की पहचान होती है और सभी लोगों को अपने माता पिता के कामों में मदद कर उनका योगदान का सम्मान करना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
Very good, Nilesh. It was fantastic to listen to you, and you expressed it very well. Nice preparation. And after Nilesh, Prachi Chandekar from BCCA final year. Prachi, are you present? Yes, you are. Fine. So put on your mic, put on your camera, and all set. All the best, Prachi.
Am I audible, ma'am? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Prachi, you are very much audible.
Prachi, you are audible. You are clearly visible as well. You can start.
a very cheerful morning to each and every individual present here. I, Prachi Chandekar, today I'm here in the storytelling competition. It's a very beautiful and inspiring story of Lord Krishna and Sudama, which not only inspires us but teaches us the values of friendship, emotion, and devotion towards God. It all started like Lord Krishna was born in a family of kings. Krishna was the eighth avatar of Lord Vishnu, the supreme god of its own right. So while Lord Vishnu took birth as Krishna, according to Vedas, Krishna was born to Mother Devaki and Father Vasudeva to kill Kans, the devil brother of Devaki. But after this, Kans decided to kill each and every child of Devaki. But Krishna grew with Nand Baba and Yashoda near Mathura. Do you know who was Sudama? Sudama was a poor child of Matuka and Rachna Devi. He was a child of a poor Brahmin family. Krishna and Sudama was childhood best friends. They studied in Gurukul under Guru Sandipani. After their educations, they got separated, but neither Krishna nor Sudama was ready to forget each other. After many days, as they grew up, Krishna was king in Dwarka. Meanwhile, Sudama was still a poor person suffering from poverty with his wife and children. But he was a spiritual man, teaching religious and teaching people about how to live their life. When they were suffering from poverty, his wife Vasundhara suggested Sudama to meet Krishna so they can help him. But Sudama totally refused it because he don't want to sound selfish that he will take help of Krishna because he was the true devotee of Lord Krishna. But after some grudges, he agrees to meet Krishna. He left the place to go to Dwarka. He packed beaten rice for Krishna because he remembers that Krishna loved beaten rice. When he reached Dwarka, he told the great guardians to tell Krishna that his friend Sudama is here to meet him. But the gate guardians see and saw that he is a mad person because his clothes were very ripped. They think that he is not a best friend of Sudama. Sudama is not best friend of Krishna. But after so many requests, the gate guardian told Krishna that Sudama named person is standing out of the gate. When he heard that Sudama is out of the gate, he left each and every work and ran to meet Sudama because he was like he met his best friend after many ages. When Krishna saw his condition, he was very, very sad that how he is still a poor person. But from that, he didn't even think. He hugged him. He hugged Sudama without even thinking about his social status. That time, Krishna put a mark that he invented a word, friendship. From this story we can learn that the real value of friendship in the world. We should learn to help your friends thinking about their social status. Just like Krishna stopped Sudama and hugged him in public, this shows the immortal example of friendship. That's why they are still remembered and remembered in the word of friendship. In the end, I will just say, friendship friendship never seeks richness and poorness. It's priceless and it's forever. Thank you.
Good, Prachi. Very good. Interesting. You took us towards our great writings of, Ramayana and Mahabharata. So that is always a kind of happiness to listen to the stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. So it was really interesting one, the particular incident you narrated here. Now, Sindhu ma'am, we have a format like we can ask questions to the audience as well related to the storytelling or anything related to stories and great writers. So, do you have any question, ma'am, which can be asked?
Okay, you mean to say I can ask the participants?
Only participants, those who are enjoying the program, all attendees, it is open to all because all are participating through YouTube as well.
All right. So the questions that you are asking in terms of?
Anything like, ma'am, I have one question if you want to have an idea about. Like, I wanted to know from audience whether anybody knows who wrote Panchatantra. Who wrote the famous story Panchatantra. So this is one question which I'm going to type also here. Who wrote the famous Panchatantra? And Chitra, we want to tell you that if the audience answer it properly, so they are going to get a cash prize for this also. Yeah.
I believe the question part is
Fine, no problem, ma'am. But if at all, if anything else, if you want to ask from audience in regard to storytelling, you can. Yeah, this way they will also feel like means undivided part of this program, this event. Yes. So now next contestant for today's event is Raksha Samarth. Raksha Samarth from BCCA 1. Raksha, are you there? I saw you joined on time. So hopefully you are there. Yes. Raksha, please start your story. Raksha, set your mic, and set your camera also. It's not set properly.
Am I audible and visible?
You are audible and you are visible as well, but your camera is not set properly. Your face is tilted. So just set it left side.
Ma'am, now?
Yes, now it is perfectly all right. You're visible, you're audible. Now, all the best to you, Raksha. You can start.
Rise and shine, a very bright and brilliant morning to your new members and jury. I, Raksha Samarth from BCCA 1, standing here to narrate a beautiful story. There are lots of elements in this universe I don't understand. I often find myself spending hours just think about them. These questions ranges from the big ones, just like what is the examples of my existence to the really pointless ones. Will my crush ever text me back? But then there is one element that we'll never understand is my relationship between my father. Yeah, it took an unexpected turn. It's not because he is someone particular or Newton version of human, but like every other traditional Indian child born, ours was quite different. What do you call it? What do you call it when there is a lack of communication accompanied with a constant need of validation, a spoon difference of opinion and a crash of approval of issues? Let's just call it a recipe of communication or complications. We grew up learning about bras and sanitary napkins, worrying about our hairs and wink of eyeliner. The best advice that my father could give me was not to give it all. But as we grow older, we found things which were similar, like eating dinner together, going for a walk silently. We always lack words to tell each other how we felt. Little things did I know. I did not need any words to understand, but I just need was an open heart. Remembering going that day home back, my mind was accompanied with deep fights which I had with my closest friend. When I entered, I realized my father was not in just his casual grumpy way. He seemed different this time. As he grew 50, he was irritating on small things. Couple of days later, I was heading out for a evening walk. I overheard my father talking to someone in his room. The conversation found somewhat similar. The door was slightly ajar, so I could find him. He was talking to his closest friend and trying to resolve the misunderstanding. As each moment passed, his temper reached higher. He seemed more and more helpless. And that's when I realized my father, a 50-old-year man, is going through something that I gone few days ago. Very helpless. He looked worried. He seemed stressed. I never saw him stressed before, but this was different. And I felt a sharp ache in my chest. That misunderstanding between my father and his friend suddenly made me realize that maybe there's more than father's life that I never tried looking at. For me, he was my Iron Man. Quite literally, yes, he is. But now, I could see him as a soft-hearted person. Worrying about losing someone he gets so much about. I always loved him no matter what. All he needed was empathy and understanding. As he get off his phone, I was still standing there off the door. He looked up at me with a question mark on his face. I walked up to him. I still had no words. I did not know what would make a 50-year-old man feel better. But I did what I would do for anyone who is upset. I placed my palm on his head and ruffled his hairs and hugged him tightly. My arms grabbed him. My face was on his chest. A tear rolled down my cheek. But being an Iron Man's daughter, I pulled out the embrace and turned myself so that he would not be able to see me cry or something. The people we love so just like our habit, and we lose the chance to communicate, to understand them, to show them we love them too. Know them, we love them too. Now, here was the recipe completed. The half spoon of empathy and understanding. As I was walking away, my father called me and said, "Chalo beta, aaj walk pe chalte hai." Suddenly I turned, I smiled and said, "Haan papa, zarur chalte hai." And just like that, we went for a walk. As we did anyway. The walk was still silent. But anyway, we hold each other's hand as I was doing when I was 6 years old. I knew, being an Iron Man's daughter, his temper was constantly high. But he had a heart of steel. But he had a heart neither less. Thank you so much.
Very good, Raksha. It was really good story. And you were so much involved in that. Your expressions, everything was fantastic to enjoy. Now, next question for the audience. I'm again going to type. And here is your question. Who is also called as Parth Sarthi? The question is, who is also called as Parth Sarthi? The answers are displayed, and I know many more are answering through YouTube as well. With this, the next contestant for today's event, I call upon Shariyu Charde. Shariyu Charde from BBA 1. Shariyu, I hope you are present. Yes, you are. And without any further delay, please join. Put on your mic, put on your camera, and start. Shariyu, you are not audible. You're not getting your voice. Check your network. Check your network. I'm audible. Still, your voice is breaking. I would suggest you one thing. Shariyu, are you able to listen to us? So I would suggest you that just log out and log in again, because your voice is not really clear to us. Log out one, log in again, so that this way your network issue will be resolved. Okay? Do it. We'll wait for you. Meanwhile, we'll listen to the other story. Can we do this, Shariyu? Fine. Join again. Join again. Meanwhile, we'll listen to the next contestant, Saurabh Jarial. Saurabh from BBA second year. And if Saurabh is present, can I listen to you, Saurabh?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, put your camera on. Your mic is already on. So
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am. मैं कर रहा हूँ.
Any network issues, Saurabh?
No, ma'am. I'm adjusting my camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, check. Am I visible? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are, Saurabh.
Okay, ma'am. So shall I start?
All the best, Saurabh. Do your best.
Thank you, ma'am. Do you know the oldest fear of mankind is the fear of unknown? I want to ask you all present over here a simple question. How many of you are afraid of dark? To all those who are saying that they are not afraid of dark, let me correct you. You're partially correct. But you know what? You're not only afraid to be alone in the dark, but you are afraid that you are not alone in that particular dark. A very spooky morning to dignitaries on and off the dice and my dear fellow contestants. I'm standing before you to present you a short story. And the title of my story is One Night. For every good, there is a bad, but for fear, it's not just bad, it is worse. I still recall the incident which happened with my brave friend, Jack. He was a brave man who was afraid of nothing, as well as what he presented to all of us. But what happened to him was so disheartening. It all started that spooky night of Friday the 13th. I still remember the jackals were howling for their thrust towards the blood. The goblins and the witches were howling to devour upon the blood of the prays who were roaming around that street. It is considered as a night where even the moon hid himself among the dark clouds out of fear. And that night, my friend Jack has to go somewhere for an urgent work. As soon as he was leaving for the work, his mother interrupted him. Jack, please don't go. You know, it is Friday the 13th. The evil witches and the goblins might be seen and waiting for you to devour upon your soul. Jack, being a confident young man, said, Mother, I don't believe in this nonsense. Do you really believe that there might be ghosts and witches who will be waiting for me to prey upon? Jack, don't underestimate them. Friday the 13th is the most unfortunate night of the year. No mortal can survive this night alone. Please, son, I beg you, please don't leave this house. Mother, listen. I don't know whether I'll die if I left this house or not. But if I didn't go today, I'll be vanished from my work. So please let me go. Son, which is more important to you, your life or your work? Mom, I'm not listening to this. I don't believe in this nonsense and I'm going. So take care of yourself and son, it is midnight. As soon as his mother could finish her sentence, Jack slammed the door and left. His mother was helpless and she could do only one thing. Oh Lord, please save my son. Jack started walking towards the street. It was already midnight and he was getting late. Soon he was passing through a graveyard. He got an idea that this graveyard has a shortcut passage. Why not travel with these ghosts who are lying over there? So he entered the graveyard and started walking alone. There, while moving, he was making fun of those dead. Suddenly he noticed that there was a grave of a young girl where there was a shawl and anklets put as an offering to the girl. He started saying, oh, so this is the cloth that evil witch would be wearing to devour upon me like, hey Jack, I'm here to guide you. Or those anklets. Mother, your witch might forgotten to wear her anklet, which she'll be presenting while dancing. Ching, ching. And he left away. It took him 3 to 4 hours to finish his work. By leaving, he rechecked all things if whether they are correct or not. It was already 3 a.m. in the night. Utter darkness in the street was there. No soul can be seen wandering through that street. When he got a light, When he noticed it was a rickshaw, he decided to take that rickshaw to reach his home as it was already late. While on the ride, the driver was telling him that, "Sir, do you know that there is a ghost of a girl wandering in the street?" Again, I'm really not interested in listening these utter nonsense stories. But sir, you don't know a young girl whose grave is there in the graveyard. You might have seen. Her mother offers her shawl and anklets. Jack recalled something that yeah, he saw a grave. He asked him, so of shawl and anklets? So why did her mother offer shawls and anklets? Sir, you know that this girl wanted to marry her lover, but she died at a very young age. So to calm down his spirit, her mother still offers the shawl and anklet. Jack got nervous. He might have disturbed that spirit. Suddenly they were talking. The rickshaw stopped. Utter darkness already. The rickshaw stopped. You know what? The rickshaw stopped a few meters away from the graveyard. Jack again thought that he might take the same passage through the graveyard. But this time he was a bit nervous. Not only nervous, he was afraid. He decided to give money from his ship. I was sad. That, sir, I don't have notes. I have coins as a change. Will you accept that? Jack readily accepted, as he was already getting late. He put those coins in his pocket and decided to walk to the graveyard. As his mother said, there was utter darkness. The moon was really hiding behind those dark clouds. Dogs were barking. The jackals were howling, "Oh!" to satisfy their thirst for blood. While on the way, Jack noticed one thing. In this pin drop silence, he could hear a ching ching noise, like someone wearing anklets was calling him. As soon as he was stepping toward, Jack turned around, but there was no one. He was afraid again. Jack decided to walk faster. As soon as fast as he was walking, the sound became louder and wider. Jack was feared. He started running towards. Suddenly, a cloud came towards him and landed on his shoulder. To remove that cloud, he trembled and fell on the ground. His heart suffered a stroke. With a witty smile on his face, soaked with all wet, he saw that it was the same shawl he threw from the graveyard. The coins scattered from his pocket, and he noticed that the ching ching noise was coming from his own pockets. Due to that coin, there was no ghost, but it was already too late for Jack to realize it. He suffered a heart failure and died that night. People still believe that the ghost of that young girl devoured upon him because the shawl was seen on his body. But you know what? That brave man died because he underestimated his fear. Sometimes being brave isn't mean that you are afraid, that you are not afraid, but it simply means that you are finding a way through moving your fear. Remember, guys, it is okay to have a fear, but you should not let it overpower you. Otherwise, you will meet the same fate as my friend Jack. Thank you, and over to you, madam.
Wow, fantastic, Saurav, as usual. And it was really interesting to know the every next statement, what is going to be from your story. Congratulations, it was really good. Meanwhile, Shariyu, are you all ready with the story now? Because you could not speak earlier. Shariyu Charade. Yes. Shariyu, can you start now? Meanwhile, I have one more question for the audience here. Who is called the Bard of Avon? Is the question there visible? Who is called the Bard of Avon? Sharyu, we are waiting for you. Yeah, all the best, Sharyu. Say something. We'll be able to see whether you are audible. Say one line. Still, your voice is breaking, Sharyu. You're not in a proper network. You are visible very clearly, but then your voice is breaking, and that will create a problem that madam will not be able to listen to you very clearly.
Shreyu, could you kindly come little closer to your phone? Who said that this is just because of the connectivity of your phone? Can you come little closer? Right? Can you speak at least a line so that we'll be able to give your voice clarity?
Sharyu, can you sit and speak just next to your phone? If it is possible to you, just take chair and in front of your phone, and then you can speak. Now say something. Okay, can you use earphone? Can you use earphone if you have headphone or earphone, something?
Okay. Yes, sir. Now,
Yes, a little good. Say one line. What is your name? What is your name? Say my name is. Say.
my name.
I don't think that you'll be clearly audible, but fine. You can start. We'll try to get you as much as possible. Sharyu? Sharyu, you can start. Let us see how much we can get you. Sharyu, can you listen to us? We are waiting for your presentation. What problem exactly you're facing? Let us know. Meanwhile, Sparsh Gangwani is present. Sposh Gangwani, Prakriti Khandelwal. Fine. I think Sindhu ma'am, Sharyu is not able to get connected with us due to her network issue.
So how do we go about further on that, ma'am?
Sharyu, for the last time, if you can tell us whether you will be able to participate. Sharyu? Let us know whether it is feasible for you to join or should we go ahead. I think she left and maybe she tries to join back.
All right, ma'am. We'll move on with the next participant.
Yes. Ronak Maheshwari from BBA. BBA first year. Okay. I think that's all for today's participation, ma'am. If at all Sharyu is not in the position of speaking, then the contestants are over for the event now. Ma'am, please. Sindhu ma'am, you're not audible. You're not audible.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to understand. I think there's someone who's operating my mute buttons there sitting. All right. I just wanted to ask, like, is there any other option apart from this WebEx meeting that we could connect with Sharyu and understand if we can listen to her? Because the one who has got an opportunity and who has grabbed an opportunity should be given an opportunity at any cost. So even if you want me to come down to CCST and meet her, I'm ready. Can we connect her over WhatsApp call? Even that's fine with me.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just doing that. I'm just doing that, ma'am. Give me last 1 minute.
Sure. Please take your time.
Sharyu, are you speaking something?
Ms. Shirayu, instead of this particular call, I request you to mute this call and connect with ma'am directly. Ms. Shirayu, if I'm audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. She's on my phone.
All right.
Sindhu ma'am, she's facing huge network problem at her place, and this is the reason she is not able to join us properly. Though she's trying hard, and she cannot even join us here in the college premises as she stays far off.
I somehow feel like she is into a conserved room. So all possibility that she could not get network, why don't she move from the place somewhere out and start speaking, ma'am? If I understand it clearly, she is into a room.
Yes, ma'am. She's trying and she wants last 1 minute.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah. It's so nice of you, Tendra madam. So considerate.
My pleasure, ma'am, my pleasure. In fact, then we would speak to on the rest of the points on this, connecting with that of the communication skills. I was like thoroughly impressed with the way students have narrated the story. Not pointing anyone in particular, but taking as an overall efforts that they have taken and understood the concepts. In fact, in the matrices that we have, the measures on which we are going to evaluate them, one measure was like the properties being used. So the first few participants, I was like really thinking, should that be criteria on which we should be judging them? Then as participants moved on, then I thought, yes, that should be a part of it. Or else if you would have seen the sheet, I have taken out the property used and I started using something called as a body language theory. But I thought, no, then that would not be valid if I'm going to remove that when someone is using a property. Ideally, when it is a storytelling and when we have measures like the property being used, the conventions that that is ideally that exposes your expressions really well. I think that should be a part of it, and I think that is after Mr. Saurav Jarial. I think I met him in OCLF, in fact, as an anchor. So I thought, no, now if I'm going to remove that, then I will not do justice to that man who has made such efforts. So whenever we get into a competition, not only in terms of storytelling, for any competition for that matter, we should first understand what are the measures, criteria on which we are going to be judged. And everything has to be kept in mind. The very simple thing, I do not know if participants know this, the duration. The 8 minutes that was allotted, even that keeping very specific, I think, working out and preparing accordingly is really a fabulous job. So hats off to you people for making so great efforts. And trust me, when I see communication skills and when I see employability skills as a main picture where I am a trainer into, I somehow feel these people are the ultimate ones whom this market is expecting. When we think that it's just a storytelling, isme kya hoga? Anybody can tell story. No, it is not the case. And when someone is able to express himself, and if you know it really well, the others who are trying to connect BBA or BCCA students, in final year, when you are getting into an employability, you will have something called as, you would have heard, extempore. I wish if I could get some comments in the chat box from the participants, right? So if we know this concept or if we know this evaluation criteria in employability, yes. So that's called as extempore, where instantly you will be given a topic and you're going to speak on it. And when you have this creative skills, and this is also part of theatric skills, the imagination part, the creativity that comes instantly to you. Storytelling is one good thing. I do not know. In your brain, when you practice something called as a storytelling, you develop a skill called creativity. How exactly you can put a topic instantly into a scenario or a story or a real-time experiences and just come out like that. This is something that's going to happen through storytelling. Your body language, your voice modulation. इतना सारा हम बोलने की the main aim of this is when your voice is toned, when you get into a corporate, when you start working, kahan awaaz uncha hona chahiye, kahan kam hona chahiye, this is something that you learn over a period of time. Wo by default, when you get into corporate or when you get into an employability, wo by default aaj. I think all you guys who did a fabulous job today, hats off to you. Really good, not taking it very lightly. I think that is the main part that I was thinking, ki haan, storytelling enough ho jata hai, but no. I was able to sense the efforts that you people have taken. And sahi mein isme kuch time spent hua hai. I could see someone like who had prepared certain hints jo dekh ke when they are narrating. I think that is also something. It denotes that you have been practicing only for a few period before this. If that has been a regular scenario, I think you guys will be rocking. And I'm sure. And one important request that I have for you people, just one second, I'll just check the names. Mr. Mahesh and Mr. Saurabh and Ms. Raksha and Ms. Prachi, right? I have a request for you. Don't stop just with your participation. Ensure that you always have someone who's your friend, who's not very good, or who wants to open up in his presentation, but due to stage fear or communication skills, whatever reason he or she is defining, please get them out of this. It is not only a trainer's responsibility, it is not only a teacher's responsibility, but it is also peer responsibility to get your friends out of this. And you people, when you are already into it and you have experienced so many things when it comes to how to do it better, how not to do, tell them, bring them out of it. So, hamare se, like trainers or teachers se bhi zyada comfort zone aap logon ke saath rahe. So, it is not only you being there in the first stage or in the first arena. It is also your responsibility for you to get those people who really have the so-called stage fear and communication skills. Challenge mein problem nahi bolti hai, challenge hai. Get them out of it. And when you all enjoy that together of being there, agar Saurabh bol de, "Arey, haan, mera ho gaya. I know what I'm doing." Mr. Mahesh bol rahe, "Arey, yaar, maine wo kiya, tu ye mat karo. This bar you come, you participate." I somehow felt Mahesh or Saurabh or what is her name, Prachi. अगर आप लोग अपने friends के साथ भी ये preparation किया रहता ना, we would have got more participants. What do you think? You know? So no, nevertheless, it's not too delay. Also, you are on your first and second year, but by the time of your final years, just get out with all your friends together and enjoy the so-called communication skills together, right? So yeah, I kindly switch your camera karke udhar aap logo ko instruction aa raha hai. I could only see Mr. Mahesh acknowledging what I have got to say. In fact, even Mr. Abhishek, I tell you, you are really good. Except, like, I completely believe in the fact that no one is perfect here. Even Saurabh or even Mahesh, everybody had some scope of improvement is what I felt. The same does with me. Even if I'm going for a presentation, I would feel like, iske baad mein thoda sa kuch to bhi kaam karna hai. To wo rehta hi hai. So what I would suggest for you is, Abhishek, you're really good when it comes to your efforts. Dikh raha hai humko. Fine tuning of your communication and presenting that, wo confidence aapke eye contact pe leke hai. Though I was able to see that you were like prepared well off, but just one step ahead. And I'm sure you will do it really fabulous, Abhishek. Right? Yeah, and I think the next one is Miss Raksha, hai na? The person who's there on my screen. Is that Raksha or Prachi? Raksha. Okay. Raksha, I was able to sense whatever that you have told when it comes to your real-time experience. But only point that I have to ask you is narrating a real-life experience and that of a storytelling. Thoda sa there is a small, difference, right? Narrating a lifetime experience or narrating a story, like how exactly was that? And by any chance, I do not know if I can ask Raksha, did you have some prompts by your side where you were getting back and seeing that and you were trying to get your lines? Raksha? Acha, Raksha, I think she's network issue.
She's there, ma'am. I don't know why is she not answering. Raksha?
No, I think there is a network.
Yes, ma'am.
We are not able to see you, Raksha. Okay, not an issue.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Raksha. So, just wanted to ask you that. I hope you had my question clear there.
yes, ma'am, I have.
Yes. So, usme kya ho gaya? I'm not telling you're wrong. You can have. There's nothing wrong about it. But the only thing is, when you saw the prompt, you started repeating that line again. Jahan stuck hua, never go back and start repeating that so that the other person would not know ki you're trying to get a prompt from the other end. It's perfectly fine. That's a fabulous idea, in fact. हमको भी ऐसे शुरू करना चाहिए. But the only point is, वो repetition that had, I think that is something that could have been avoided. Otherwise, you people are really fabulous. Who's the other person? I could see this. Acha, that was Mahesh. I think Saurabh is busy and Sharayu, are you there? I think Ms. Sharayu.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Hey, I know, Saurabh. I think you were in the class, right? Was that a classroom?
No, ma'am. Actually, we are having a meeting of our committee. So I was there.
Ma'am, Vivekanand Hall, actually.
There was a Saraswati, Lord Saraswati's idol behind, so I was able to get it. वही तो भी हमारा college ही है.
Vivekanand Hall.
So, Saurabh, I hope you have heard what I've told you regarding getting people around you, move on with the skills also, the theatric skills and communication skills especially. I'm sure you people are doing a good job there, but please also ensure that you take the rest of the peers also along with you, right? Good job to you people. Any questions you have regarding the storytelling or related to communication, you may ask me, but I'm still waiting for Ms. Sharayu there. Ms. Sharayu, am I audible to you? Abhi theek ho gaye kya?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Yes,
So can we have your camera on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm audible now. I'm audible now.
Yes, you are, but then we doubt because you speak little more. Shall you say some line?
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I
Yes.
audible now?
Yes. Put your camera on. Put your camera on, Sharayu. Camera is on.
Ma'am, my camera is on. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, rest of the participants, please have your call on mute. Yes, so that we can hear her clearly. Even I'm going to have myself. Yes, Sharayu, please start.
माननीय शिक्षक और मेरे सभी मित्रों, आज मैं आपको ना कहानी सुनाने आई हूँ। मेरे कहानी का शीर्षक है भगवान श्री कृष्ण और पार्वती की कथा। आज मैं आपको कहानी बताऊंगी कि ग्रंथों के अनुसार युग में भगवान श्री कृष्ण के स्वर और वो ये रहा कि वही असली वास्तविक और उन लोगों को यह लगा कि मैं इस धरा पर सभी का पाप मुक्त करने आया हूँ। अब वो उस बहरूपी का नाम था पौंड्रक वासुदेव। पौंड्रक वासुदेव एक राजा था जो
Sharyu beta, not a single line is clear. Again, it will be a kind of, a problem for us to judge you.
Yes, ma'am.
You go out somewhere, because Sindhu ma'am had that suggestion earlier that if at all in some open place, if you go out,
Okay, ma'am.
you are in a compact place, I think. So if you go out somewhere, maybe such network issue may not be there.
Abhi, what I would say is, Ms. Sharai, Abhi, I'll be there on this particular call. Just move from here. Right away, take the camera along with you. Can you move out and stand? Have your darwazas open. हाँ, थोड़ा सा रूम से बाहर आइए ना, अभी कैमरा निकाल दीजिए एंड रूम से बाहर आइए.
Okay, ma'am.
ऐसे ही आइए. Don't put yourself on mute or don't put off your camera. देखो.
Okay, ma'am.
Actually, you know what, Sharayu? I can judge, without your camera on. But how will I see your expression, your body language creates? That is the only issue. Henna, Mr. Mahesh, if I ask her to get her video off, then how would I even judge the parameters?
Is it possible for you to join, or you are audible, but can you put your camera on there?
I'm audible.
मेरा हो गया.
Ma'am.
Camera on कीजिए.
Please put your camera on, Sharayu. We are able to listen to you, but we want to see you as well. Yes.
Ma'am, up. Okay. Should I start? Ma'am, can I start? Ma'am. Ma'am, can I start?
You can.
माननीय शिक्षक और मेरे मित्रों, आज मैं आपको यहाँ एक कहानी सुनानी है. मेरी कहानी का शीर्षक भगवान श्री कृष्ण और हमारी ग्रंथों के अंदर भगवान श्री कृष्ण की एक हुआ करता.
Okay.
Ma'am, I don't think it will help. It's
Okay, ma'am, for this particular participant, then I wanted you to help me out. As she is speaking in Hindi, the language, the medium of narration that she has chosen is Hindi. So I will request you to judge her by, calling her, because I do not want at any cost that she should feel that she hasn't presented. So you take up this particular evaluation on my behalf for her, and please do let me also know as to how she has performed. I'll just love to see that, and I think we'll finalize accordingly.
right. For sure, ma'am. For sure, I'll do that. And so I think, ma'am, with this, we are over with the participants for today's event. And now I'm happy to propose vote of thanks Thank you so much, Sindhu ma'am, as your presence added meaning to this event. You managed to give your time out of your busy training schedule. Thanks, dear participants, for your fabulous performances. I want to show my gratitude towards Honorable Principal Dr. Aarti Deshpande, coordinators Mrs. Madhuri Barua and Dr. Jaswinder Kaur, along with all the faculty members for all support and guidance. I want to say thanks to the non-teaching as well, technical and administrative staff, also for their assistance. The results will be declared on December 19, 2020, Saturday. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you so much. So I'm going to share a feedback link to you immediately now. And you can fill it up and send us. Here. This is the feedback link. I request everyone to please do the needful. Thank you so much, Sindhu ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable time. You spared it. Ma'am, you're not audible. You're not audible.
Someone is operating my mute there.
Fine. Now.
It's really a great pleasure for being there. In fact, as I told, it's been a long time that I haven't got to hear storytelling and narrations exactly. So thank you so much for making my day. Love you all. Stay blessed. And congratulations to all the participants. Those who haven't participated also, please make good efforts so that this is going to shape your future. So please be a part of it. And the request that I have made to all the other participants, please do consider. So and I would like to thank Aarti ma'am, Kalyani ma'am, and whoever who have coordinated this event. So, best wishes to you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye to you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day to everyone.